Morning, everybody. You're welcome to New York session for the 24th of July, 2024, brought to you by Trading Pro Nigeria. Trading Pro is an international multi-award-winning financial service provider. As you can see on the screen, they won the best Forex spreads global at the winner Forex Broker of the Year 2024 Forex Traders Summit. And this is part of their educational tools to encourage traders in developing their knowledge and abilities and to take effective opportunities as the market presents them. So, Trading Pro Nigeria is at number 2 Toyin Allen Roundabout. That's the Buffalo building. You can drop in there. To say hello. So, as always, we're going to start off with the economic calendar. As you can see, most of the economic activity has already taken place. We're moving into the New York session. So those that trade card 245, we're going to have high impact news coming up at 245. That's card rate news. Then we have US flash PMI. If you notice, the Eurozone has released their flash PMI and it wasn't so good. I think the best of all the release was for that of Britain and French and France, I mean. So the US will be releasing their own by 245. So we need to be aware of that. So that's of the way. We're going to start off with the EURGBP, the US 100, dollar index, EURUSD, GBPUSD, gold, pound yen, and euro yen. So if we start off with the EURGBP, let's start off with the daily. If you were in the class yesterday, I pointed out this low here. As you can see, price has already rallied up and it's coming down. They are trying to break this level. If we move down to the 4-hour time frame, there's a swing low here. Price is not closing below it. And that also rhymes with this level here. If we drop down to the 1 hour, you can see that this swing low price is trying to bounce away from it. Although this is still bearish, but it's at a level where you don't want to be taking a short trade. So based on this pair, we'll wait to see if price will get to this 1 hour fair value gap. If it gets here and gets rejected, then price will keep moving lower. But if price closes above 84.18, then that means that we are going to see euro strength going into New York session. So what we are anticipating is a rally into this area and a rejection back to the downside to continue the euro weakness. The next way we're going to be looking at is the US 100. US 100 is bearish for now. The US 100 is bearish for now. The possibility exists that any rally on this pair might be opportunity for a short. So we'll be watching this last down up close candle here. And that is between 19,668 to 19,623. So you'll be watching for price to move in here, get rejected, sweep 19,514 first, then move to 19,474.6. So those are the levels you'll be watching for the New York session. As you notice, price swept this level here, but didn't close above it, and it has broken below. So any rally on this will be an opportunity for a short. The next way we're going to be looking at is the dollar index. The dollar index, it's still looking bullish to me. I believe it's going to fill up it has hit the daily fair value gap. Oh, and there's a rejection from there. It has hit the 4-hour fair value gap and there's a rejection from there. But if you look at this, we have this high, we have this low here. So this may retrace into here. It might retrace into here before moving up to the upside. So on the 4-hour, the dollar index still has a bullish run as long as it holds above 104.18 to probably fill this 4-hour fair value gap or come into the midpoint of it. So going into New York session, we might still see a bullish dollar. If we drop down to the 1-hour time frame, the possibility exists that price may sweep this low. Price it may sweep this low before moving back to the upside. So we'll be watching for that. So I'm going to put an alert there to wait to see what price does at that level. So the next pair we're going to be looking at is the Euro USD. Euro USD is bearish. Euro USD is bearish. It has dipped into the daily fair value gap. And that was where I was anticipating that price would get to. If you go to the channel, to the Trading Pro Nigeria's YouTube page, I was saying this is where price will most likely draw to. And price has gotten there. So sometimes when price gets to an area as a draw of interest, you just need to calm down and see what next it is going to offer. So for this pair, I'll be watching this high. For the Euro USD, I'll be watching this high at 1.0858 to this low at 1.0844. So this is what I'm going to do. Going to have this done. So I'll be waiting to see if price rallies in here and gets rejected to move lower. But if price closes back above here, then that means this will be the low and we might see higher prices going forward. But for now, this is bearish on the 4-hour and the 1-hour. The next pair we're going to be looking at is the GBPUSD. The GBPUSD also, just like the EURUSD, is bearish. Any rally on this is going to be an opportunity for a short. I will be watching this area to this high. This is where I'll be watching to see what price does. So I'm waiting for a retracement between a rejection between 1.2941 to 2906 for a move lower in price. The next pair we're going to be looking at is gold. Gold is a little bit technical. If you attended the review yesterday night, it has gotten to the levels I spoke of. Let me remove everything. Now, this candle here, this down close candle here is what you call a master candle. Why? It had 4 candles within its range. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 before there was a break to the low. But price refused to stay below the low and price has rallied back to the top of that range. Now, if you go down to the 1-hour, I pointed out there was another master candle on the 1-hour. That is here. It had 1, 2, 3, didn't have up to 5. But if you notice, when price broke above it, there was a retest and a rally. So looking at where price is now, I'm waiting to see what price does here. If you go to the 4-hour time frame, this is that range high. This is that range high. And if you notice, the last 4-hour candles, none has been able to close above it. They've all closed below it. So I'm still waiting to see what price is going to do. So looking at it on the 15-minute time frame, I have a change in character here. So you might look for bearish evidence here to take a shot down to this low first. Because if I'm to box this from this low to this high, I see that price has already hit the equilibrium and is rejecting from there. If I jump to my 15-minute time frame, so if this candle closes bearish, you can take a shot here with your stop loss slightly above you. Your first target is going to be this low. So that's what we have on the gold. So the next we're going to be looking at is the euro pound yen. So this pair is still bearish. It hasn't hit this level. So that means that any retracement on this pair is most likely going to bring it down to this low. So these are the lows you'll be watching. It has hit this first, and there's a little bit of retracement. So if you look at it on the lower time frame, it's in a range. And see, it's in a range, which means that we might see price try to fill this area before it moves back to the downside, as this pair is still bearish. The last but not the least is the Euro Yen. The Euro Yen also is bearish. Look at it on the 4-hour time frame. Price has hit this area. So there's a possibility we might see a little bit of a retracement before a continuation to the downside. So the price also hit this area. Yes, so you can see these two levels has been hit by price. So going into New York session, you might see a bounce on this pair, probably to fill up these fair value gaps. Any questions? Do I have any questions from anybody before we end the class? Okay, so in the absence of any question, I wish everybody a blessed and wonderful trading New York session. So goodbye and thank you all for attending.